I want to show you guys one thing that I just think is like indicative of the underlying current of what like Tucker and Sean's audiences really believe. Here you go. This is from our favorite, the butthole of the internet, Bitchute. Hybrids and demons in movies, tongue flicking and shifting in your face. Referencing Rosemary's Baby. Now, I don't know how long this is. I don't think it's too long. But let's see. So the beginning of this, by the way, is like a minute and a half ad of them selling like prepper skin oil or some shit.
Now, I had so many, I was so busy this weekend, you guys, and a lot of it had to do with housekeeping and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of cleanup to do after you have a prepper get-together.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, you know the mess people make when they think the world is ending? Those motherfuckers.
Cleaning my house and everything, trying to keep
that's usually what we call housekeeping.
Multitask as much as I possibly could. So one of the things I like to do is put on a movie. I listen.
Yeah, whenever I'm vacuuming, I put on Rosemary's fucking Baby.
To a lot of relaxing music. Don't get me wrong, a lot of cool jazz. You know?
See, that's wave jazz is the devil's music. There, I said.
Yeah, something.
Yes, Top Gun was really good, Mr. Stoner. To you, dude.
Relaxing. However, sometimes I like to listen to something I've already seen before a million times.
Yes, and you don't seem like the kind of person who's watched Rosemary's Baby too many goddamn times.
The reason being this. That way I don't have to pay attention to it. I don't get sucked into the plot. I already know what's going to happen. I could repeat lines from a movie. And so this is one of those movies. Another one is The Talented Mr. Ripley. Really?
Those are your two? Who the fuck can quote Rosemary's Baby and The Talented Mr. Ripley?
And I want to do a breakdown on that movie at some point. But right now, I'm stuck on Rosemary's Baby. I'll tell you why. There's so much more in these movies than we know.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely... Well, first of all, Ruth Gordon said...
And so I'm kind of doing the movies in layers. Like I'll go back to the same movie and I might talk about the color, the sets, you know, where are they standing? What objects are in the room? Because people, they do not waste any opportunity to put the occult out there in front of us and tell us what they're doing.
It is a movie about a woman having the devil's baby. You do realize that, stupid. They're hiding those things in plain sight in Rosemary's Baby so that when you watch it the second time, like, oh, motherfucker, there's a pentagram on the wall. Like, what kind of dipshit? By the way, yes, if you feel like putting pentagrams in the chat on Twitch, I guess that's pretty easy to do, just to freak this lady out.
It just takes you a while to see it.
No, it doesn't.
Because you're not looking at it, and that's exactly...
Well, it's a set piece. It's not the main actor.
Exactly what I want to talk about right now. This movie. So, I've seen this movie so many times, but I was cleaning. I was really cleaning because...
Yeah, because, I mean, that's the kind of dirt that doesn't come out.
What do you think about when you clean? Well...
What do I think about when I'm cleaning? It's a good question. The smell of whatever I'm using... whether I'm going to run out of paper towels before I run out of spots on the floor. Cats throwing up. That happens a lot.
You know, I like to have these movies on because...
yeah, who doesn't want to have, while they're vacuuming, doesn't want to have a thing about a woman giving birth to Satan's baby?
I don't look at them the same anymore. I don't listen to them the same way anymore. I don't think they're cute. I don't think they're funny.
Yeah, Rosemary's Baby wasn't a cute comedy. What? Who the fuck thought Rosemary's Baby was a rom-com?
I don't get into their characters that, you know, to the extent that you do before, because they want you to get into the drama. They want you to feel what the characters are feeling.
Yes, that's the point of art. Uh-oh, she might be onto something.
And always remember that Ross Hunter said, tear-jerkers are the hardest. Because remember that.
Tear-jerkers are the hardest?
the next time you watch a 2020, or the next time you watch a 48 Hours Mystery, or a Dateline, which is supposed to be a documentary. Tear jerkers are the hardest.
Those aren't tear jerkers. You know, people don't tear up watching 2020, you fucking weirdo.
Guess what's easy? To pull people into the story of a crime and have the victims up there crying, if they're even real.
Oh, God. Get on with it.
If they're not crisis actors. All this stuff goes through my mind.
Crisis actors? It's a fucking murder mystery on 2020.
When I have this stuff on, I'm analyzing it and breaking it down.
Uh-huh.
Well, what's possible? Well, these people could be crisis actors. This could be a fake murder.
Yes, none of the murders in Rosemary's Baby actually happened. Or in The Talented Mr. Ripley, when he hits that dude with the oar, that was all makeup.
Like the Manson murders is a good example.
No, it isn't. That actually happened.
And I haven't even gotten into that one yet.
Well, thank God.
That's another thing. You look at these crimes, datelines and stuff,
uh-huh,
and then they show the people who did it, and you're thinking, oh, dear God, this looks like it came right out of the underground. You know, this is a hybrid of some kind or something.
The what? The people are hybrids. You mean the inbred rednecks that commit a lot of these murders?
So you have a whole new perspective on these things, trying to figure out what's really going on.
What's really going on in Rosemary's Baby is a fictional story about a woman giving birth to the devil's baby.
I always watch this movie over and over again.
Yeah, we gathered.
Number one, the items, the apartments and the sets and stuff. I always look at that stuff, and these sets are really interesting in this movie because I realize the sets are speaking. And also...
No, those... That's the actors. The sets are the places they take place in. The building isn't acting. Oh, God.
Costuming and everything. It's all ritual. It's all a ritual. This movie is a ritual. And...
No, it isn't. It's full of subtle hints of what's going on because it's a horror movie, dum-dum.
You begin to realize that...
That you're fucking insane? You're a lunatic?
They're looking at it one way, and we're looking at it another way.
Yes, they're looking at it as a movie that they're trying to convey storylines on multiple levels and get you engaged in stuff and make you scared and worried and enamored of and frightened by certain characters and the like. And you're watching it as a lunatic prepper who thinks the world is run by hybrid lizard alien people with flicking eyes and forked tongues while you're vacuuming up after your friends who came over to eat pancake batter out of a painter's tub.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out how are they looking at this movie?
They start with the script.
Are they being programmed by it? Well, all the above. Messages are being sent. People are being programmed to do certain things.
Oh dear, it's like Catcher in the Rye. If you read it, you become a MK Ultra.
Activated, if you will.
I will. Sure, why not?
Or they're being threatened, or they've already been through these sacrifices like this. How many people...
Well, look, auditioning is a pain in the ass, but I wouldn't call it a sacrifice.
Do you think are triggered by these scenes? Now...
Almost no one? Apparently not you, because you were vacuuming?
I couldn't believe what I was looking at. I put this movie on just like I do all the time.
Yeah, all the time. Who the fuck doesn't... What the fuck?
Every time.
Every time. She always cleans to Rosemary's Baby.
100,000 times.
100,000 times.
Before.
No. You have not been alive that long, ma'am.
And I'm watching it. And I think I see something.
Yes, usually in a movie you will see something. It's how it differs from radio.
And I went, no, that couldn't be. And I went back and I looked again and it freaked me out. I couldn't believe what I was looking at. Again, I've seen this movie 1,000 times. But here's the trick that this movie pulls, and a lot of other movies are I'm gonna discover this, I think, from this point forward. Now that...
Yeah, Rosemary's Baby, American Pie, Fletch, Debbie Does Dallas. They all have.
But I've noticed it in this movie.
Uh-huh.
And I believe other people have noticed other things in other movies.
I will admit, I have noticed things in movies. Points there.
Like this. So.
Like what?
Let me go.
It's Kat Kerr's skin. Absolutely. I definitely picture her as one of Kat Kerr's.
Let me get the picture. Now let me get the picture. So here's the guy, right?
Yes, that's the guy. He's a guy. I see the guy. The guy? You guys see the guy, right?
Do you guys remember this guy?
No, I don't remember this guy. But maybe it's because I'm only seeing his back and a fucking giant chest of drawers.
From Rosemary's Baby,
well, I'm assuming.
You've seen the movie. He's the guy that shows them the apartment.
Okay.
Now.
Yeah, it's full of all kinds of spooky foreshadowing.
I never pay any attention to this guy.
No, why would you? You've only seen it hundreds of thousands of times.
He's like not even important.
Apparently he is.
There's too many other important things going on because you're looking at this apartment. Now, in my mind, when I'm looking at it, I know it's the Dakota where John Lennon was shot. They used the Dakota to film this movie.
Yes, years before.
And
the outside of it, the inside of it is a set. This is not at the Dakota.
All of them witches. I'm thinking you have to be a witch to live there.
You don't. I mean, I've never filled out the application, but I'm fairly certain you don't have to be a witch to live at the Dakota.
That's what I'm thinking.
Well, obviously, you're a fucking lunatic.
At this point. This is one of the most occult buildings in New York. There's all kinds of occult buildings, but this movie, they call it the Bramford, but it's the Dakota. And they talk about the history of the Bramford and how they eat children, and there were witches living there, and they sacrificed children. But what the... I
thought you didn't pay attention to what this dude says.
Hell. And she goes down in the laundry room a lot, and there's an underground... You can betcha. In that laundry room, that people have been there.
Yes, I'm pretty sure people have been in the laundry room at the Dakota. You know what draws them down there? Laundry machines.
And they know that laundry room.
Yes, they know the laundry room. Because you could take your laundry down there, but if you don't go pick it up, someone else will be wearing your underpants.
And I don't know. I feel like there's all kinds of things in this movie.
Yes, there are all kinds of things in this movie. This is true.
That we're not noticing. Well,
What did you notice? Get fucking on with it.
I think the universe is telling me.
The universe.
That I'm right. And here's the thing. No. I don't know whether they're spraying, and I have heard from many people that what they're spraying right now is healing. And somebody said it was HCQ. I don't know what it is, but I definitely am starting to feel better. And
sorry, they're spraying hydroxychloroquine? Who's spraying this? Out of what? Your television set?
So the skies look better. The clouds are fluffier.
Oh, that's because Biden's president.
Yeah, sure, they spray this stuff. But what's going on up above? That's what I want to know.
Clearly, the Lord is happy that Trump is no longer in office. I'm sure you agree.
Could this solar flash be happening right now?
The solar flash? I don't know. Who the fuck is this guy? Get on with it.
And we don't know it. Because I've had neck aches. Chrissy was here, and she was talking about a lot of neck aches and back aches and stuff. And
what's this dude about?
Stuff. She was describing exactly what I've been feeling. And I've never had any of this stuff before. So, anyway, it's interesting. So,
no, it isn't.
So back to this.
Thank you.
This is how they do this shit.
They film it?
Because we don't pay attention to this.
We don't? You mean you don't?
Thing, right.
That's a set, by the way. That's not the actual building.
Here. First of all, I think it's a woman. Look at the baby.
What?
We got back, right? And no shoulders. And it's the smallest thing in the room. By the way, Mia Farrow. Mia Farrow.
Right.
Mia Farrow.
Oh, I'm a pharaoh, like of old. I see. Me, Pharaoh. You, Tarzan. You, Jane. Me, a Pharaoh. Ah, me, a Napoleon. We're all lunatics.
Think about that.
I'm thinking about it. Pharaoh is a surname, is a hyper-corrected form of Ferrer or Ferrar, an occupational surname for a blacksmith or an ironworker, an old name of an early medieval English and French origin. The name derives from the Middle English and Old French terms Ferrer, Ferrier, Furrer, Hafar, or Ferror, meaning smith. Mia Smith, great.
I got a whole list of names.
Yes, apparently, Jesus Christ.
And it's pretty amazing.
Is Dave Farrow on the list? He holds the Guinness Book of World Records record for memory. Just so you know.
When you start looking at the names, boy, do they ever leap out at you.
Wow, especially if you're a lunatic.
So,
get on with it.
So, back to this.
Yes, the guy's got a big ass.
You don't notice him.
Well, I certainly will now.
But right now, you can look right now at the ear.
What about his ear?
And it looks very much connected all the way down to the chin. So let's take a look at what I saw yesterday, and I was able to capture it in stills. This guy. This was a normal shot of him. Now, the interesting thing about this... But
hold on a second. Hold on. Let's see. Charles Grodin. Where is he? Jason. Yeah. That's Elijah Cook Jr. There he is. Elijah Cook Jr. Died in 95, bless his heart. Very talented guy. Worked like crazy. Hold on. Shit. Hold on. I gotta squeeze the page down so I can actually fit it on the screen. Let's see. Here's his IMDb. The pint-sized actor, picked because he was teensy. He was very small, diminutive even. There you go. Let's see. Let's look at some of his credits, shall we? He was on Magnum P.I. Aha! The Man Who Broke 1,000 Chains. He was in Alf, Alien Life Form. Huh? You don't think they just hire anybody? He was in The Fall Guy. Treasure. It came from Midnight Clear as Mr. Bibbs. He was on Whiz Kids, the series. Insight. The Champ. Switch. He was on SWAT. He was in Blackula. Aha! He was in Messiah of Evil. That's the dead giveaway, is Charlie. Messiah of Evil. A young woman goes searching for her missing artist father. Her journey takes her to a strange California seaside town governed by a mysterious undead cult. Rump, rump, rum. He plays Charlie. Playing alongside the likes of Pretty Gloria Stewart or a young pre-Oz Wizard of Oz Judy Garland, casting directors would soon enough discover a flair for portraying intense neurotics and spineless double dealers. He's the dude who rented.
Particular shot, and I'll go through
again. He looks completely normal. You fucking lunatic.
Series is I want you to get a load of his face.
Yeah, he's a character actor.
They're showing you as his actual face.
His actual, yes, which is clearly not his face. It's someone else's. It's out of a rubber mask drawer.
The really creepy part.
Yes, it's in the movie called Rosemary's Baby, and he's playing a creepy character.
It's like he knows, right?
It's like he knows that he's being filmed. Like he finds his light and everything.
He knows that they're thinking about having a child.
He's supposed to, fucko. It's in the script.
He smells the child. He smells it, this guy does. He's one of them.
This isn't chitty chitty bang bang, fucko.
And here's what I saw. And I had to go back and say, did I just see what I thought I saw?
Okay, I'm almost done with this lady, but holy shit.
Because what they're saying is, she says, oh, this would make a great nursery. And he's practically salivating when she says that.
He's part of the conspiracy to get her there to have the baby in the building.
The ears are really weird. This guy's really weird looking.
He's a character actor.
And look at him.
Yes. What about him?
He's looking over. I think it's...
He's looking over.
She. Anyway, he's looking over when she says that. He's eyeballing back and forth, back and forth, back and forth with this look on his face.
He's watching the other actors perform. Let me guess. He looks at whichever one is talking. It's a shitty actor thing.
So when I first noticed it, I noticed this. Look at his tongue.
And?
He's tongue flicking.
Oh my God.
When he lets them in. And he ends up like this and even more. So they're looking at the house.
By the way, tongue flicking is a problem. Tongue flicking. So Rudy Giuliani and Greg Kelly are devil worshippers at this point. Is that what? Okay. That's what I'm thinking. So for the record, all QAnon should freak out at Greg Kelly and Rudy Giuliani because they do nonstop tongue flicking.
And he just opened the door and he's tongue flicking.
Right, because it's hard to open the door and he's like, because the door's stuck.
Now, it looks like Guy
Martin Landau
Woodhouse. Don't think there's not something in that. That's his character's name. Guy Woodhouse, okay?
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Not Stone Obelisk. No. Woodhouse.
You really got to look at these names. Guy.
Why?
It looks like Guy is noticing the tongue in this, which is weird.
Or there's a scene going on and the guy just said something and he's reacting to how weird the guy is because he's acting really weird on purpose.
Weird. And me.
Listen to me engaging with this numbnuts. Yes, this is Ginny Thomas doing this video.
Pharaoh is walking in around this dingy kitchen, okay?
Okay.
Now up here's the shot of this guy's face.
Uh-huh.
And you could see here the shape-shifting thing is starting to happen.
What? You mean age?
Because this is what happens. Their lips get this, you could see it right in the movie. Right in the movie. I never noticed this guy before. I never even hardly looked at his face or
100,000 times she's watched
anything.
this.
And then, when he walks further through, look what he's doing. Oh my God. I couldn't believe I was seeing this.
Why?
I've seen this movie 100,000 times, people.
And
there he is again, doing it again. Dear God.
Yeah, Mike Lindell does this all the time.
Now, this is that scene where she says it would be good for a nursery, and he loves that.
Yeah, it's in the script, dummy.
He loves that. And what the hell is going on here?
They're aging him. He's got makeup on to make him look older. They use glue to make people look older. And then when they take it off, you look younger.
And look, Guy, look at Guy. Look at Guy's eyes and look at this guy's face as they're talking about the possibility of making it into a nursery. So you notice Guy was looking at Rosemary.
Oh my fucking God, this is tiresome.
In the last one.
All right, this is I'm done with this. By the way, I had to dive into this. This is where a lot of this. That's Ginny Thomas spends her whole fucking days watching her entire day watching shit like that. No question. As John Cassavetes, thank you, not Martin Landau. Yeah, I couldn't tell in the other picture. It looked like Martin Landau in the other shot. Let's see. By the way, Elijah Cook, the guy in that, was in The Big Sleep, The Maltese Falcon, Rosemary's Baby, House on Haunted Hill. He was a regular on Perry Mason. Let's see. I mean, the dude just worked nonstop as a TV actor. Holy shit. And he won the Silver Medallion Award in 1981 at the Telluride Film Festival in U.S., and he shared it with John Carradine, Margaret Hamilton, and Woody Strode for character actor. He won a Silver Medallion Character Actor Award. Yeah, it's called a micro-expression. Exactly. Jesus Christ. But that's, I mean, if you look at Bitchute, which is this this shit right here. This is where Stu Peters has his show. We have never found a cave painting of a salad, refuting the critics, quote mining, and okay, Richard. The CIA, FBI, and Freemasons pulled off an entire city gun control psyop, Sandy Hook. Right there you go. That's the thing. All quacked up. Lady has a problem with parallel parking. She's getting help from another lady. Hilarious ending. Okay, that's just comedy. The Israeli lobby, a danger to the world. Former Prime Minister Imran Khan claims U.S.-backed regime change in Pakistan. Yeah, that's because he's an asshole. Let's get it together. Cory Booker makes gun control admission that will piss off every Democrat in America. I don't know if that's true. How the world works in 6 minutes. Black Pigeon speaks. How does the work? Do we dare? How does the world work? In 6 minutes.
What I'd like to do is introduce you to a very insightful infographic that I stumbled upon recently. Now, what it does is put together many of the layers of governance and how they work in tandem to manufacture the consent of the ruled.
Dun, dun, dun!
It's called the Global Public-Private Partnership, and
it's the GPPP.
I will be explaining the hierarchy of its tiers and layers.
I'm already bored.
Within the partnership. But first, a word from my sponsor, and that sponsors me. Get these cool new designs and help support which ultimately controls the money supply and thus global markets, trade, and national economies.
Bullshit.
The BIS coordinates the various national central banks that coordinate government monetary and fiscal policy.
No, it doesn't.
In their assorted countries.
No, it doesn't.
Working with these banks are the global representative groups or high-level think tanks.
Okay, this is just like feedback loop shit. Oh, God. These people are so... How do people in these cults and get sucked into this shit, how do they not just get bored after a while? Is there enough huh? Huh? Did you notice? I bet you didn't. Aha. Not Ginny, it was a joke. Yes, I was kidding. That was not Ginny Thomas. That was basically the kind of stuff that Ginny Thomas watches. The gup is what he's warning us about. The gup. Fear, you think so? And aliens? Occasionally, I'll love a good alien conspiracy, but I'm not seeing any of them let's see. Yeah. Most of them are just too goddamn boring. Boy. Sidebar with Dinesh D'Souza. Like, so many of these videos is crazy. Gene Ho, Trump's photographer, won't talk about David Straight or a straight story about JFK Jr. being alive. Why not?
That's right. Q is the most trusted.
David Lester Straight is this
There's
guy.
only 200 naval pilots at any given moment on the face of this planet that are Q capable.
Q
They're
capable.
the most trusted.
Uh-huh. They can fly a airplane in their own basement.
They can carry a nuclear weapon. No one else can. I heard that going off in my ear. Yeah, that's what happens when you talk about Q. Q is 6 military intelligence agencies led by the President of the United States of America.
Oh, all right. So Biden's running Q right now. Good. Okay. Well, I mean, obviously, Biden's not the real president. He's in a Amazon film set of the... Never mind.
And a very, very special man that is helping,
Who's that very special man?
who currently serves as the Vice President of the United States of America.
Kamala Harris is a man?
And it was kind of fun to be on that helicopter that dropped him off on Mount Rushmore so he could stand on George Washington's head.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. JFK.
you're welcome. What's that? John F. Kennedy Jr.
All right. I thought Kamala Harris looked familiar. I always thought it was because she was the Attorney General of California, but I guess it was just because she looked that much like JFK Jr.
I got the privilege of being on Don Jr.'s helicopter.
Uh-huh. And Don Jr., JFK Jr., what's the difference at this point?
With Gene Ho. Gene Ho is President Trump's photographer.
Mm-hmm.
And
Obviously needs to be fired.
John Jr. on July the 2nd of last year.
Who he's not allowed to photograph?
And we just flew him up on top of Mount Rushmore.
And dropped him off? Is he okay? Has anyone checked on him? Did he have a parachute? How'd he get down? Rope ladder? What happened?
Dropped him off and let him walk out there, and Gene took a picture.
Do you have a copy of the picture?
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, do you have a copy of the picture? Can you put the picture up?
Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah, any day now. Oh, this is frozen.
Absolutely. So it's very, very interesting.
Yeah, it's so interesting. So tell us, Gene, did you dropped off did you drop off JFK Jr. on Washington's head?
Tell us now.
Tell
I've
us.
been watching.
I'm very wondering.
David
Yes.
Straight. I don't know too much about him. He's new to me. I've been watching him. What can you tell us about him? And are you in touch with him?
I will tell you this when it comes to that. And just so you know, everyone in the United States is asking me about that, asking me about JFK Jr. and all of that stuff.
And
It is a resounding no comment on any of that. There might come a time that I'll speak in the future, but I'm going to tell you right now, anything to do with JFK Jr. is a 100% resounding no comment.
yeah, because how are you supposed to make money off these lunatics if they know you're full of shit?
So you don't believe? I mean, you don't want to even say,
No, he said 100% no comment, okay?
from yourself that.
No.
Look, JFK Jr. is this tall and he lives inside Hunter Biden's laptop. That's all I could say.
No, 100% no comment.
100%. Excuse me, by saying 100%, you're clearly commenting.
Okay.
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 It's cool. It's cool. I hate to ruin the the chemistry between me and you. No, just it's no comment.
Okay. How about all of how has he impacted you, and what did you learn from him that you liked?
About Donald Trump?
No, JFK Jr., fucko.
Sorry?
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about Donald Trump?
No, but sorry, about David Strait.
Oh, no comment at all with David Strait. No comment at all with JFK Jr. No comment at all with South Dakota. By the way, I know what you're talking about, and everywhere I go, people ask me about that. So
no worries. So we won't go into that then. Why don't we talk about?
Well, I feel like I've learned so much. This is a family channel, so this is a Wendy's. I mean, obviously, this dude, Gene Ho, Trump's photographer, 100% Trump will be back. I don't know when this was recorded. Let's see. Gene Ho, JFK Jr. I know I'm going over tonight, but I can't do a show tomorrow, so. Mayor Q. The merchandise website of Eugene Ho, a Myrtle Beach mayoral candidate, includes a wholesome tagline on party. Mayor Q. Oh, that's why. Here you go. A far-right candidate caught scrubbing QAnon ties from website. Thank you. This is my final. Eugene Ho is running as a pro-Trump, anti-vax, law and order candidate, but he built his following with an even darker message. Gene Ho with Donald Trump, whom Ho photographed extensively during the 2016 campaign. The merchandise website of Eugene Ho, a Myrtle Beach mayoral candidate, includes a wholesome tagline. Our mission at Patriot 45 began simply enough to provide patriotic and Jesus-loving goods that are made in the USA. That's not quite where it began, however. Back in 2020, when Ho was building a following among the MAGA faithful, Patriot 45 had a slightly darker inclusion in its tagline: to provide patriotic Q and Jesus-loving gear that is made in the USA. You know, he took the Q part. The Q-lovin' is a reference to QAnon. Okay, blah, blah, blah. QAnon, there were mugs bearing the slogan, Wiggy Wigga. Where we go one, we go all, the official mantra of the far right with QAnon. The Party 45 tank tops emblazoned with Get Quoke, woke quoke. A t-shirt that said enjoy the show with Q and a popcorn logo. Trump Kennedy 2020. All of that is gone now. The site, which Ho's wife Nadine's email address is in contact section, is still prominent on his link tree. Now features a fairly straightforward amalgam of MAGA-related detritus. It's a copy of Ho's book, Trumpography, hold still. How biblical principles paved the way to the American presidency, in which Ho, who touts himself on his Facebook page as a personal campaign photographer for Trump, shared his insights with the president from his time on the trail. There's an oil painting of Trump pumping his fist authoritatively, and t-shirts labeled Gene Ho for mayor. Ho is definitely a sign of Q's infiltration in local office, where usually low turnout elections don't make a ton of effort to win, just name recognition. Ho's political journey began, okay, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, that's that guy. But no comment. That's why no comment, because he was more than likely running for mayor at that point. Didn't want to disenfranchise the Qs and the maggots. But there you go. Yeah, that's Q Snatch. That's him in person. All right, I went way over tonight, but I figured I'd just tag on that weirdness at the end. That is Bitchute, as we know it currently. It's amazing to me how little attention Bitchute gets when the majority of the Q stuff that's happening online happens on that site. And it's just as available as anything else. So the idea, anytime somebody tells you that people's free speech has been, hampered by any of these assholes, any of the, any of the stuff you see on, like not being allowed on YouTube or any of that kind of shit is nonsense, because you can post all of it on Bitchute. The only thing you can't do is make the advertising funds that they make off of there. That's all. Anyways, I'm going to let you guys go. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for hanging around. Thanks for letting me go off into a bizarre corner. We'll do a needle drop on some of that shit occasionally.